Actually, it was at 2020. Uh, Actually, I was communicating with the BHCB coordinator, which is coordinators through the uh, listserv arranged by ABI. So I was talking about a termination of a BHCB exam in 2020. Probably at the time, one day Holly came into our listserv communication among VCS coordinators. So she introduced Qaba qualification
Oh,
to foreign VCS coordinators. You know what? At the time, many of our foreign international VCS coordinator pretty much frustrated about termination of a BCBA BACB exam. Maybe they uh, announced that just 1 or 2 years before termination of BACB exams. So you know what? I'm the one of the those who were pretty much frustrated. So anyway, Holly came in the list serve communication and explained everything. Also, she explained Qaba is an internationally accredited agency. So I came to myself. Come to think of it, it is really great. You know what? The best thing is that this uh, credentialing is not going to be terminated because it is internationally accredited by ANSI. So I was really glad, and so that message was to me hopeful sign in the future.
how does it feel being the first qualified behavior analyst in South Korea?
For a while after passing the QBA exam, actually I didn't realize that I was the first QBA in Korea. But when Holly informed me that I'm the first QBA in Korea, I was so happy and excited and honored. Furthermore, I suddenly felt that I should shoulder heavy responsibility in ABA field in Korea. What really had a decisive effect on me was that this should make me serve as a role model for people, no matter what I chose to do. From my becoming the first QBA Korea in Korea on, more than 200 people have acquired their Qaba credentials in just 2 years, which is astounding. So I'm really thrilled that I'm the first one, first QBA in Korea. So great.
How did you get into the field of applied behavior analysis?
My master's degree was in special ed with an emphasis on behavior disorder and emotional disturbances. At the time, people used both terms, BD, ED, interchangeably. Also, my department curriculum was very AB friendly, so I was able to study a couple of AB related subjects when I was in my master's program. After my graduation, I was looking for a job in the area of autism treatment. Luckily, I caught a great opportunity to work at the May Institute in Chatham, Massachusetts. Many people knew this facility. They said, "Oh, this is a really good AB program." So I was really glad I could work. I started working there. May Institute used strictly the Lobas method. Uh, as you know, it is a part of a traditional AB program. So I believe it is fortunate that my first workplace happened to be an ABA center that applied the orthodox ABA principles, which helped me lay firm foundation of ABA. Since then, I have been in the field of ABA for more than 35 years, and I'm still here as a QBA, PPOC, and curriculum designers for both ABA Korea Academy and Baekseok University.
So, what do ABA services for people look like in South Korea?
South Korea, regarding ABA services, we experienced a significant turning point a few years ago. It was probably around 3 or 4 years ago. Since then, we have been looking at the bright side of ABA services. But before that, we had been looking at the dark side of ABA services. Right now, many people feel and also agree that ABA services in Korea are developing into a golden age. But just about 3 or 4 years ago, we were middle of suffering from a couple of major and chronic issues and challenges in ABA service areas. I can pinpoint a couple. Both the great general public and the professionals in related fields didn't have any basic ABA information at all. If they were only a few ABA professionals, for example, even though a child was diagnosed with ASD, most medical professionals seldom describe the ABA treatments immediately after diagnosing patients with ASD because they were never knowledgeable about the ABA at all. So, that is kind of a dark side of ABA services. From the time on, parents started doctor shopping in search of persuasive treatments for their children. Luckily, even though very few doctors recommended an ABA program, parents couldn't find a proper ABA center because there were not many available at the time. Even if they found one, it could be possible that it is far from home. However, a couple of years ago, as I said, a turning point came in Korea. The number of ABA certificates has increased tremendously. Accordingly, the number of ABA centers, treatment centers, has increased massively. From that time on, I believe that the future of ABA in Korea is going to be much brighter, thanks to Qaba board, because it helped. Qaba helped to solve the issues of a certified practitioner shortage. There was kind of a stoppage of issuing a BACB certification, but now we can get the proper certification internationally accredited by ANSI. That's the turning point, I believe.
What is the biggest challenge that you see in getting families the services that they need, and how are you trying to address those challenges?
We had some kind of a big problem before the turning point. There was a shortage of professionals. There were few certified practitioners, but anyway, these days, after we can get international certification, so the number of certified professionals increased a lot these days. So, shortage of professional is not issue anymore, but more and more certified professionals coming to the field. The fees, ABA service fees and costs are getting, skyrocketing. So that is another problem. So right now, to receive some form of ABA services is kind of pose a financial burden to family. This is the current problem. That is really, definitely issue in Korean ABA service area. But another problem is the government doesn't seem to be looking at this kind of issue at all. They do not pay attention to this issue. That is a really problem, right? So, you know, the fee is going to high these days. It is inevitable because a lot of certified professionals coming to the marketplace, right? And practical settings. It is inevitable. But so I think the cost is going higher and higher. I think government officials should pay attention to this issue, and they have to start getting some form of support, financial support to families with autistic children. So two kind of problem is, the first one is fees are skyrocketing, and the government is not paying attention to this kind of financial issue at all. So, I was working as a task force team to change or change the special education law and persuade the high-ranking government official to include ABA services into regular education curriculum, so that parents don't have to pay ABA service inside the school system. But you know what? They are not listening. they are not hear what we first wait. But this day we can get a hopeful sign that they started consider this kind of issue more seriously. So I'm going to work hard with this kind of work, task force. Maybe we can see the bright side of a future in Korean ABA services.
What do you find is also the biggest challenge with getting people certified so that they can provide services in your country?
I mentioned the turning point. Before turning point, there was just 4 BACB, VCS universities, so not many, right? So at the time, it was not easy to get ABA coursework in a regular university, but they had to find VCS course, and they try to commute to university that is far away from home. So right now, QBA, Korean QBA exam starts. So right now we have more than 16 coursework providers. So many university and education setting is across the country, and some of them provide coursework online. So many students can go to school easily, and they can take courses from comfort of their own home. So the situation is really good right now. So maybe, but still we need more certified professional in this field. So I need more providers, university, offer coursework to students who are going to be certified.
Can you discuss your role as an associate professor at Baekseok, and I might be pronouncing that wrong, Baekseok University, and any ABA programs or initiatives that you've developed?
As I know, I'm also the first PPOC in Korea. So the most difficult is to make a new curriculum without any model or forerunner. Anyway, I lived by shifted to complete the first curriculum. That is very significant because of many other PPOCs in other university in Korea take a model from my first curriculum contents. So I was glad to I'm glad that many university PPOC or curriculum designers model my contents that I created. Anyway, as you know, I was a kind of a a developer in BACB, Baekseok University. So as you know, the curriculum is kind of quite different, and the system is different. So I needed some kind of a pre-developed model for Qaba, but I'm the first one, so I couldn't take any model from anything in Korea. So anyway, my colleagues helped me, and my students helped me. Also, Holly helped me a lot. So that's why I started this model in Korea. So I'm glad to be the first one.
You've had a lot of firsts. That's something to be very proud of. That's great.
Oh yeah, I'm honored.
So, how do cultural attitudes in South Korea influence the acceptance and practice of applied behavior analysis?
As I mentioned earlier, we had a turning point a couple of years ago. So anyway, I traveled a lot in the Asia area. So many countries, my neighbor countries are very economically advanced countries. So sometimes I compare my country with the neighboring country, analyze what is the strong points and what is the weak points. Whenever I visit other advanced countries in Asia, I was surprised to know that they have less awareness about the ABA, even though they were exposed to ABA earlier than Korea. So I study why they are not aware to ABA concept or theories. So they are not fond of data in their culture background. So I started studying our culture background related to ABA. So I noticed someday that Korean people are fond of data or numbers or measurement units, especially in marketplace. I have heard a lot terms like 대, 말. Sometimes these are measurement units. They are using a lot of those kind of measurement units in everyday life. So in the deep culture background in Korea, we are based on database. So that's why this kind of explosion of popularity in ABA takes place in Korea. So our cultural background, cultural values promote ABA concept in Korea.
Can you discuss your role as a member of the Korean Translation Committee?
Before I became a Korean translation committee for Qaba, I used to be a coordinator of translation and review committee in BACB. So I'm the first person who tried to translate the BACB exams. Anyway, based on those experience, I could devote myself to a Korean translation committee of Qaba. 2 years ago, I joined in and the committee to translate the QBA exam into Korean. Also, last year, I joined again to translate the QSPS and the abat into Korean. Anyway, I was really thrilled and honored to do that. So I'm really thankful for those kind of opportunity to join in. But except that, I translate the QBA, QASPS, abat handbooks and competency standards into Korean too. So right now I'm trying to do dubbing Korean message on video for abat. So I hope it will come nicely finally.
I'm sure it'll be great. I am sure it'll be great. You're a man of many firsts, so I'm sure that it'll be great.
Okay, I'm glad
As
to
a
be the first.
coursework, as a coursework provider for QABA, what is your goal in the content that you create as a coursework provider for QABA?
You know, actually, I used to be an associate university professor, but I became a full professor a couple of years ago. But last year I retired. But the Baekseok University re-invited me and appoint me as a professor emeritus. But even though despite position transfer, exactly I'm doing the same work as I did previously, and I'm teaching, I'm journaling, I'm guiding dissertations. Also, I'm working as a PPOC. So still, I have a vision that I'm going to make a complete, good curriculum contents that can be understandable to any students. You know what? So some theories or some concepts cannot be practiced in the settings, everyday settings. So I would like to join theory and practice, so that they can, apply what they learn to practical settings. So this kind of theoretical or practical frame for ABA concept and theories. This what I would like to develop, so that many people can make those kind of ABA concept understandable for themselves.
That's great. That would, I'm saying that helps when you can understand the concepts.
Mhm.
Where would you like the QABA to be in 5 years?
As I mentioned earlier, QABA is the only agent internationally accredited by NC. In this field, the leading association as issuing behavior analyst certification, I think so this system is going to be developed into the whole countries, and I think in 5 years they are going to issue certification exam in more than 50 different languages and across the multiple countries. So that is my vision. Also, I like Qaba completed, a good ethical code, that incorporates ethnic values and every country culture values. Also, advanced, competency standards will be developed to incorporate any significant concept. Also, I think Qaba will host on-site international conference annually. Yeah. So I really like those kind of pictures in 5 years.